All right, coming to you right after Big Bald. It's a little windy, so I have my buff over my mouth, which is also over the microphone, so it might sound a little bit weird, but it's better than having those horrible gusts blow. So it's still Thursday, April 18th. It's now 4:08 p.m. And we're probably, I guess we're still about an hour away from camp. We haven't gotten to the shelter that we're bypassing for today yet, in favor of the campsite, which is another 3 miles down the road, but that's just as well. Today has been a day of trail magic, tons of trail magic. Forrest and I encountered a guy who was just walking on the trail, and he had tangerines and bananas, and I now do thoroughly have a no hands policy. I will not eat anything with my hands, out here anyway. I might eat something if I can trust that I've been able to wash my hands thoroughly in town, but even with my eating methods right now, I've decided with my spoon, long-handled spoon, I'm actually going to use a gallon plastic bag to hold it. It's kind of hard to picture, but I keep my spoon in a plastic bag so that it doesn't puncture my food bag, and so I'll just hold from the outside. I'll hold the spoon, I'll peel the bag back so that it sort of envelops my hand, and then I'll be able to use the spoon without touching it with my fingers, which I think will go a really long way toward preventing me from getting sick. I just listened to the previous clip that I made earlier today, and so, I don't know if I'm necessarily out of the woods yet in terms of getting sick. I think it's still possible that I could either be carrying something physically in my backpack that touched something that is infected, and or any of my food stuff items could be infected. But in any case, yes, my hands are no longer for eating, and in the real world I don't really typically use them for eating either, and I'm pretty conscientious of trying to think of where my hands have been, and opening doors and turning on faucets and stuff, low level OCD stuff. So I'm pretty happy about that, because when it comes to emotions and fear and stuff like that, I'm sort of a planner, and so in order for me to deal with the anxiety and the stress of something that is fundamentally out of my control, i.e. a sickness, I have to make some sort of an action plan so that I can feel comfortable to move forward with, I'm going to obviously continue on this trail. I'm not sick yet, I feel fine, but something has to change to decrease even further the likelihood that I'll be getting sick. Oh, it's Dad. Hey, Dad.
Want to take a look at the shelter or no? Or just keep going?
I say keep going, yeah, because even if we wanted to stop here, Allie wouldn't know, so we'd miss her. Unless you just want to have a look just to see it. Do you just want to look just to... Did you want to see if the Quebecois person was there? I don't think Compton's too far back. Flip a coin. No. Decisions. Because we still have almost an hour to get to camp. Easy, yeah, definitely.
If it's like that, no problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, certainly easy. However,
but yeah, we have an hour.
Yeah, right.
But wow, those views there give me so much energy.
Yeah.
It's wow.
Affirmation. Do you want to take a look at the shelter just to see? Yeah.
There's another like good water source after it, right?
Yeah, there is. I think it's like 1 mile before the campsite. There's a spring, according to AWOL.
Damn.
I'm just curious. I'm gonna see it.
Yeah, if you're gonna go in, I'll
Is
take
it
a look.
0.1? Yeah, I'll go check it out.
Yeah, I think you whetted his appetite with the possibility of another Quebecois person. That's definitely not 0.1.
It's like 0.1 is the lowest measure.
Right. 0.01.
Yeah.
This looks like a nice shelter.
Yeah.
Interesting. Walking up to the shelter. Yeah. No one's here? Huh.
Interesting.
It is interesting. It's 4:14, 4:15.
Wow. Didn't expect that.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, presumably, no one else will come,
No.
or very few.
Yeah. All right. Can keep going.
Yeah, I think I'd still prefer to keep going. I just don't trust
A
it.
lot of trash in this thing.
Oh my God, yeah. There's an emergency bivy blanket thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, people must go to the campsite.
I wonder. That's, yeah, interesting. Yeah, this is a nice one though.
You can take this picnic bench with us.
Sure, why not? Yeah.
Okay. Grab it.
It's yet another reason to have a socket set out here.
Yeah.
Just break it down and rebuild it later.
That'd be pretty fun.
Yeah.
Come here and take your bench with you down the trail.
We get pretty quick at doing it, I bet.
Yeah.
I mean, for what it's worth.
And that Jeep.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, that's a person who's going to have a rough day soon.
God, yeah.
Embarrassing.
I gotta imagine it was swollen.
Yeah. Yeah, with the circumstantial evidence, yeah. The bolt cutters.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want. Yeah, maybe they just had no idea what they were doing or where they were going or
Yeah.
something.
It also has handicapped like plates on it.
Yeah. Perhaps they're mentally handicapped.
Yeah.
Or that I guess is obvious. All right. Bye, shelter.
Step on these pretty flowers.
Show no mercy. All right.
Are we getting used to these?
The flowers.
Yeah, the flowers.
Yeah. Not quite as special as they once were. All right. Headed on. Probably couldn't hear any of that, but we checked out the shelter and there's no one there, but yeah, me personally, I'm still sketched out. I'd prefer to go to this campsite. It'd be funny if there was just a million fucking people there too, shitting and throwing up everywhere. Just can't escape it. It's one of the reasons why the bubble is to be avoided. It's a health hazard. But returning to more pleasant matters, now that I've mentioned how I have a plan. So I have this plan for eating, which will hopefully spare me. It's like wearing a condom. You know, before I was making sure that I washed my hands thoroughly with soap and used hand sanitizer. But now, I think with my no hands policy and the spoon method, it'll be bumping it up from maybe 76% protection to maybe 98% protection. I'm not sure. It's always a gamble. But I'm happy to have a plan in place to account for what's happened. And so yeah, so anyway, back to the trail magic for today, which was certainly the highlight beyond some of the great views. The bald we just got back down from. It was like max patch, but it wasn't freezing. But great 360-degree views, and it felt actually pretty good to be up there. Windy. It's pretty warm out.
Need water or drink?
I'm good. You still good on water?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So Forrest and I were the first recipients. We were together. We'd gotten separated because I did my business out on the trail today, which is what I will be doing from now on. No privies. Not doing it. No more. Be shitting in the woods from now on, which is more hygienic, interestingly. Counterintuitive, would I probably say. And so, yeah, Forrest and I encountered a guy who had tangerines and bananas. So I had a banana because I could eat that using the peel as the sheath. So I didn't have to use my hands. And then we got to this big gap, and there was a ton of trail magic. And Forrest and I had just eaten lunch right outside of a shelter, like 1 mile before. And I had eaten a pretty considerable amount of peanut butter and like 3 tortillas, retrieving them without the use of my digits. And so I wasn't actually hungry, but when someone offers you free calories unexpectedly, I mean, you're a fool to not eat as much as you can possibly stomach. So I very quickly drank an entire liter of water from water bottles that they had, and then I had quite a few snacks as well that I was not hungry for at all. Man, then we continued into the forest. I felt sick for a bit just because it was so much food and so much water all of a sudden, and I had just so recently eaten. But worked through it. Been eating coffee shots all day, so I think I might have to use the restroom once more tonight, which is just as well because it's supposed to rain tomorrow. So if I can clear the pipes in the dry and light, all the better for tomorrow. So yeah, this is the final hour. We've had quite a few nice little stops for snacks and water. Still feeling pretty good, but definitely ready to get into camp. And so looks like Mama Lion's setting up here at this point 3 campsite. We might talk to her, but in any case, I'll let it go for now because this is probably enough. So I will talk to you later. Bye.